Hello everyone and welcome to the part 2 of our Q&A response video. Last time we did, what did we do? We did quite a few questions, got some good feedback on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna get you a prize, Pete. I am gonna get you a prize, and you're on the red eclipse. That's good because I have a bunch of inventory excellent prizes to give away to you. So I'm going to be sending you something in the mail. Check the mail probably before this video goes up. I will send you something. Got to do that giveaway. Still got to pick the winners for that and buy all the prizes. There is a super crate on offer, so that's the one that we're going to be giving out. So yeah, I'm a cheapskate. Well, it's only 5% off, but still I'm going to be giving out quite a few of them soon. So we will start with Christopher Dickens. Any relation to Charles Dickens? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he's descended from him. What is your favorite class story? The Imperial Agent. Pretty good. The Agent one is pretty awesome. It's not the most Star Wars one, but it's one of the better ones, I think. You're hunting terrorists for the Empire. I mean, it's awesome. You get to disguise as... You get to do disguise as a droid at one point as well. You also get to do things like that. There is one. I don't know if you could keep the droid. Somebody said that if you skipped the rest of that mission, you could actually just play the whole game as a droid. I don't know if I think they added a timer to it, but you could actually complete it. Eventually complete the get to level 50 and you could raid as a droid and do PvP as a droid, apparently someone said, but I don't know if that was true. I never tried that, but yeah, there is a quest where you can play as a droid. So the next question is Adam. I'm gonna call you Adam Legar. Legar, that's what I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna assume you're French. That's what I'm gonna say. Adam Legar. Legar. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, do you think SWTOR has a steeper learning curve than other MMOs? Can't get my friends to play because they think it's way too complicated. In terms of initially, no. No, it's fairly easy. These days, it's a fairly easy game. I mean, play a sniper, for example. If you're a marksman sniper, leveling, most of the time you spend spamming one ability. For AoE, really. You spending one ability. Same with the Sage, really. The Sage, you know, most people sit and spam Force Lightning anyway on that. So they pick Madness spec because it's the... and to be honest, you can get away with that up until a certain point. But I wouldn't say it's very complicated. I wouldn't say it's hugely complicated. It gets more complicated. I mean, the problem with SWTOR and where it does have a steep learning curve is going from solo content to group content. That's where the learning curve is, but in terms of starting out, it's fairly straightforward. And then the other learning curve is going from tactical flashpoints to hard mode flashpoints. There's a massive learning curve there because you got to play your clash role better. Of course, you got to play DPS. You got to be careful. Can't pull before the tank. Yeah, you know, a healer. You're gonna need a healer to heal you. There's mechanics that will kill you. In HM, of course, you're going to respect positioning, respect mechanics, and then, of course, story mode ops, which are pretty easy. At the moment, there's no real mechanics, although we did just have a live stream where we did wipe on Titan 6 at 48%. He hit in Rage. Alright, in Rage at 46% health. Didn't know it was possible. A group of Sentinels can do that. 8 Sentinels can do that, boss, so... I have no idea what went wrong. I was tanking, so, you know, I was trying to tank. The other tank kept facing him towards the raid, and I kept having to taunt him away. So that went well. But yeah, the biggest learning curve is the gap between story mode ops and hard mode ops. That's the biggest learning curve. There's a massive, massive difference there. So there are learning curves to certain parts of the game, but for the majority of the game, no, it's pretty easy. Really, so, and we have another question here from Stephen Weber. Spells it correctly with a V. I like him. Spells it with a V. How many people tell me, tell them my name? Is it PH or V? And it's like, I spell it right. I spell it correctly. It's not Stephen or Stefan. You know, PH is a V. You know, Or PH, no, it's V, it's an F. Stefan. PH is not a V, I meant to say there. Why don't you do Nightmare Ops? Okay. I never really, there's no real incentive to do Nightmare Ops. I've never felt a huge incentive. I have done Nightmare Ops in the past, but by the time you get through HM, I want something else to do, to be honest. And right now, there's no incentive. There's just no incentive to do Nightmare Ops at the moment. 224 gear you can get from Eternity Vault. Just wait for EV. Just be a scrub and go with Eternity Vault. And this was the other question as well. What is that chest piece? The chest piece on Luscious Liz. Sergey, I'm not even going to attempt to say that last name. So the chest, oh geez, I can't remember. I'll have to look that up. I will look that up and I will write it in text. It's one of the Outlander ones, I think it is. It's one of the, it's dyed red and grey. Red and dark grey, if you want to know. But it is one of the Outlander ones. I don't always look at my costume that often. I did have Shrewd Rascal, but it's not Shrewd Rascal. It's one of the Outlander ones. It was in one of the more recent packs. But I will look that up for you. Okay, we've got Skylord 233. Three threes there. Okay. Do you think they were going to bring back 12 times XP boost once all the chaps with Knights of the Fallen Empire are out, like they did with Revan? Yeah, they probably will at some point. I reckon they will bring back 12 times XP, although they were doing double XP right now, so I don't really... Yeah, I mean, they'll probably do something as a promotion to get new players into the game, so at some point it'll come back. Everything makes a comeback at some point. This is Adil Rasul, the next question comes from. I can say that name, yay! My question is, does SWTOR, correct that, does SWTOR have only PvPers online, considering that PvEers leave due to old content, or just do PvP? Honestly, I think both are leaving, to be honest. I've seen a lot of PvEers just leave. I have seen that, certainly. We've seen that in guilds. We've seen guilds break up. I saw it with the guild, an Empire guild that I was in. It was Apostles of the Force, it was called. A lot of them have gone now. I'm the only person that's ever online. There's only ever me and somebody else that ever logs into that. I joined them in Shadow of Revan. I never really did much with them, really, to be honest, with my merc, because I never really played Empire that much, but they were quite a big guild. They used to do Conquest in 4.0. They kind of stopped raiding and went and did Conquest because most of the PvEers left and then most of the players left, so they fell down the Conquest table, and now they're a multi-game community. They're just called Apostles now, and they have, they have Blade and Soul, yeah, Blade and Soul guild. They've got a Black Desert Online guild, and they do the Division as well. So that's what they do right now. They're a multi-game guild because PvE just went south. I know a lot of PvPers that left in 2.0 because they hated Bolster. They hated Bolster simply because they hated it. PvPers, yeah, they've got new content, but we're getting a lot more PvPers on the Reddit clips now. That Tomb of Freedom had a lot of them. It's like Europe. It's like what's going on in Europe, the mass migration, of people from Tothen to Reddit clips right now. That's what we're seeing. It is 90 cartel coins to move your character right now. And that's what we are seeing. I don't really... Tomb of Freedom apparently is a ghost town right now. So we are moving on to Mr. Creed 4455. A lot of questions here, okay? What's our most cherished moment? We already answered that. We answered that in the previous video. So what are we currently striving towards in-game? Right now, well, I've already achieved it. I was going for the 6-piece set bonus on my Sage because 4.5 is coming out and I want to do a video on the Sage. So I was playing the Sage Healer and I want to do some gameplay on it, and I wanted the 6-piece set bonus. So that was what I was striving towards, farming all those EVs. Had a purpose to farming them. We did get it. Next thing to strive towards is probably do a Guardian tank video. That's the next thing in game. So I guess we'll be playing the Juggernaut Guardian tank. That's really what I'm striving towards. My goals are not really game related. In terms of in-game, purely in-game, get Master Blaster killed. Okay, get Master Blaster down. I get Revan down. Obviously, still haven't got Revan down, so that's my in-game goals. But right now, I was doing the Sage gearing. I've got the 6-piece. I had to take a 224 piece from a Scoundrel. My Scoundrel won a 224 piece, and I had to buy Sage gear. That was sad. That was a sad thing. It's like, oh no, I won the roll as well for 224 bracers, and I had to pull them out. And well, I kept the mod, the 224 mod, and I gave the armoring because my Scoundrel already has the set bonus, so he had to give up a best in slot armoring for my Sage. It's the kind of guy I am. So what do you think it'll take for BioWare to make this game better overall? We've answered this quite a few times. Better quality, of course, quality content and quality in terms of bug fixes as well. You know, they need to have a plan. I think, you know, just this endless focus on story is, you know, does hurt certain aspects, like the previous question that we had with PvEers leaving. You know, the relentless focus on story has hurt other aspects of the game. So I'd like them to be better balanced. Maybe have a 3-month block where we have the chapters, one chapter, or maybe one chapter every 2 months, and then put a flashpoint or an operation in between somewhere. So, you know, they get longer to work on the chapter, and then, you know, they can have more time to weave in, and, you know, a flashpoint for an update would be nice. Give us a new flashpoint or a new raid somewhere, or even, you know, they've done a new PvP map, but you could put them in between those gaps and do a chapter every 8 weeks. Is there any advice you can give to people who want to get into ops but aren't ready for them yet? Joining a guild is the best thing you can do right now. Plenty of guilds out there that are recruiting, because of course, again, PvEers, a lot of them leaving. So there's plenty of guilds out there that will take you through content, okay? They will take you through story mode, because, you know, guilds are desperate for people, to be honest with you. They'll take you through. To be honest, we don't really need massively to go through story mode. EVHM would be a good place to start, really, because you get decent gear out of it. But most of the story modes will probably take you through them. Going through story modes with a guild is the best idea. A lot of guilds don't run them anymore. That is sad, because they're kind of irrelevant now, story mode ops. But running them in pugs, you don't really learn anything. But in terms of getting into ops and moving up, then I would suggest joining a guild. Joining a raiding guild that does casual raiding. Some guilds have multiple teams that do different raids, and joining in, most guilds have a casual night as well, where they'll do a story mode op, do whatever's in the group finder, and it's the best place to learn, because guilds will tend to teach you more than pugs. Pugs are not going to explain anything. Pugs just bring the achievement, bring your experience, quick gear, and get out. Really, that's what a pug group wants. Okay. But a guild, you know, they will do that. And most guilds are struggling right now. So most guilds are struggling. So some of the lower end guilds are certainly struggling for players right now. So, you know, we want more raiders, really. Anyone that says we don't is lying, because we need more ops players. And the more the merrier, the more that gets into ops. We want more good players. That's the biggest thing, is finding good players. And sometimes it's taking a player, taking them through the content, explaining things about their class, you know, and they get better, and then they become, you know, an HM ops player. And then the game benefits as well. You benefit as a guild, and of course the game benefits. Okay, number 5, can anything redeem the dreaded Marauder class? Yeah, tank spec. So if it had a tank spec, I'd play it. You know, imagine Marauder as a tank. That'd be pretty cool. We've got KSI X Shinobi Kai. Lol, Wine. Hey, old boy. Wine, you want to know about Wine? What server do we play on? We've answered this 100 times. We play on the Red Eclipse. We play on the biggest server in the EU, which is becoming even bigger. The Red Eclipse we play on. Okay, the Filthy Casual. I like that name. What are your thoughts on BioWare slowly turning this game into a single-player game? Do you think the new ops will eventually appear? They will continue this trend of story-driven content? Again, we've kind of already answered this a little bit. New ops will eventually, I think maybe 2017, if we're lucky. 2017. That's going to be the likelihood. We've already answered the rest of it. They'll continue the trend I think they probably will, because to them it's a success, but is it a long-term success? We'll have to wait and see. Let's see the next quarterly call from EA, and we'll have to find out, because it's summertime, so generally MMOs take a bit of a dip in summer. You know, people don't want to play them, they want to go outside, they want to enjoy the good weather. Winter time, you know, you're in at night, you know, long January nights, especially here in Scotland. Long snowy January nights, you know, sitting, playing MMO. Really. Raven 80 Wolf X2, we already answered that, his question, her question, that person's question in the previous video. The next Voltor will have flying mounts. We've got Luke Halls here. What is your favourite Star Wars game apart from SWOTOR? That's your favourite, of course. Who is my favourite NPC in SWOTOR? Oh, that's tough. Favourite NPC? Mako. Sweet Mako, sweet Mako, won't you marry me now? I love Mako. I felt bad. If you ever romanced Mako and then done Knights of the Fallen Empire, read the mail that she sends you. It's heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. Anyone, don't make Mako tank. If you make Mako tank, I hate you. Okay? No one makes Mako tank. Favorite Star Wars game apart from SWOTOR? Ooh. KOTOR. I have to say, yeah, KOTOR. My favorite is KOTOR 2. To say the Sith Lords. I love the lore in that. You know, my friend over at SWOTOR Central, he's doing a playthrough of that right now. If you want to check him out, there you go. He's doing a Sith Lords playthrough. Go light side, I suggest, for that. I preferred it light side, to be honest, than dark side. KOTOR 1, I preferred dark side. Dark side was nice. Get revenge, sweet revenge. You know, it was better. And you could romance Bastila in KOTOR 1 as well. KOTOR 2 I thought had better lore. I like the way it explores the backdrop of what goes on, and especially the Sith Lords as well. It really covers, if you like Sith, check out KOTOR 2, the Sith Lords. It's a pretty good game. Plus, you know, spamming that well, lightning level 3 was, I think, chain lightning, drain life, spamming that was the favorite combination there in KOTOR 2. We have Eric Schultz. I hope I've said that right. What is my favorite all-time DPS class? Favorite tank class? Ooh, favorite DPS class is the class we're playing right now, is the Vanguard. Okay. Although we are getting nerfed in 4.5. This video, I'll probably put this video out while we're in the downtime for 4.5. So it'll come out just before 4.5, this video. So there you go. The favorite tank class, I'd say the Shadow. The Shadow / Assassin is my favorite. The Vanguard's a bit boring as a tank, and the Juggernaut is not mobile enough for my liking. So I like the Shadow. I like how involved it is. Okay, second question. When are you going to make more overviews of classes in this X-Pack in 4.5? This is the short answer to that. There you go. Because we'll do the Vanguard. Probably do that. And we'll do the Madness. We'll do the Balanced Sage. It'll be Balanced Sage. It'll be Toggy Tim. We'll do Balanced Sage and Seer Sage. Are the next 3 that we're going to look at. Okay. Because I was going to do balance, but it's getting changed in 4.5, so we'll look at it in 4.5. We'll look at 10. The other thing we're going to do is the Guardian tank is another thing that we are going to do. And we're getting towards 20 minutes again, so what we'll do is we've got a few more questions. There's a lot more questions. We're going to do a part 3 to this, okay? We'll do that. We'll do a part 3. The next question is quite long. Okay, so we'll do a part 3 to this, and we'll get that uploaded as soon as we can. If anyone's got any more questions, we can continue this series. We could do maybe one a month, maybe. So if anyone's got any more questions, we could certainly. I have fun. I enjoy doing this video. I enjoyed doing this anyway. So, you know, if you get any more questions, leave it in the Q&A videos, okay? If you want your question answered, because a lot of times you get questions that are spread across multiple videos. And YouTube is not the best at dealing with comments, so I can just check the one video, because we've got over 700 videos, and I can't go in and check. Sometimes it doesn't notify you if you get a question. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think sometimes things get flagged for spam inappropriately, or some people use words that are not used. I mean, I don't have any words on the channel that particularly get flagged for spam. Links generally get flagged, but Generally some questions you don't receive, so put them on the Q&A videos if you want your question answered. And we'll make an effort to answer them. Maybe do it once a month. If it's a question that's urgent, we might answer it just as a reply, but we'll certainly have a look in game or in on a video to answer. But anyway, that is all for this video, so thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon, and goodbye.